Yeah, I started off as a fan of Dragon Ball Z first.
Everyone loves it.
Princess Peach or Toad.
Yeah, go on. Raphael.
Like, what am I watching, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on this wonderful night, and we have a wonderful special guest tonight, and it is the one, the only Scott Innes, which you may know.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes, you may know him as Scooby-Doo. He's also Shaggy too.
And Scrappy-Doo, puppy.
Everyone's
pie.
favorite.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
So
he's
you
my
know another
favorite. That's for
Scooby-Doo
sure.
live action movie.
Until he turned evil.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
And
Yes,
Scott's known
I got
as.
my own, just so you know, buddy, I got my own bendable Scooby tonight, so don't screw with me.
Well, I just want to let you know that I have 2 golden tickets. That's all
Oh
I'm gonna
yes,
say.
I've got a golden ticket.
Ticket.
Oh, wow.
I've got a golden ticket at
You got a
Charlie.
golden ticket, and I
Yes.
didn't.
We'll be talking about Cajun Con a little bit there too. So
Yes. So let's go ahead and start this off. That's Scott. That's Day. And Mr. Scott, how are you doing?
it is.
It is. Oh, I'm doing good. Do we have 2 Scots in this thing?
Yes,
We do.
we have Scott.
Damn it! Who
Scherzer.
screwed that up?
You know what? Actually, I was named after a song. You might actually recognize this. There was a song from the 1970s called "Watching Scotty Grow." from
Oh
Bobby
my
Brook.
God! Hold on.
That's-
Hold on.
Wait.
There he sits with a pen and a yellow pad. What a handsome lad. That's my boy. BRLFQ spells mom and dad. Well, that ain't too bad. That's my boy. You can have your TV in your nightclub, and you can have your drive-in picture show. But I'll stay here with my little man near and listen to the radio. Biding my time watching Scotty grow. Yeah, me and God watching Scotty grow.
I'm gonna literally cry right now too. Mom named me after that song. Passed away a year ago. Dude, that was awesome. Thank you, man.
All right, that's my favorite song of all songs.
No shit, really. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I was named after that because she heard it on the radio randomly, like 8 months pregnant with me. Had no idea what to name me.
Old
And
Bobby
she's like,
Goldsboro. Yep.
Yep, Mac Davis too. So
Yep.
wow.
Oh no, that
Dude,
was Mac
thank you.
Davis. That's right, Mac Davis.
Yeah, Mac Davis wrote it. Bobby Goldsboro sang.
Oh, that's right. Bobby Goldsboro sang it. Mac Davis. And you know, I ran into Mac Davis one time. I was producing the Dukes of Hazzard theme song with John Schneider in Nashville, and he was in on another session, totally unrelated to all the stars that I had showing up to sing on the theme song of the Dukes of Hazzard with John. And I walk out the door, and there stands, Mac Davis, and I was like, no, So I got a picture with him, and it was one of the things on my bucket list. I love Mac Davis. He tells some funny stories about him and Elvis, and they're just amazing. My favorite Mac Davis Elvis story is he says he was invited to come to Graceland, and Elvis was a big fan of his music and his writing abilities, and would love to have him watch a movie with him. So they get to this theater, and Max says that he walks in, he's a little late. Everybody's in there sitting, and he opens up the door and he peeks in. He sees Elvis and Priscilla sitting in the middle of the theater. So he's like, what the hell? So he's, excuse me, gets in there and sits right down next to Elvis. Elvis has got a bucket of popcorn, and he says, dude, I just started helping myself. I'm like, man, sorry I'm late. And he's like, oh, yeah. So anyway, they watched a little bit of the movie. And so Max says he had to get up and go take a leak. So he got up and he went into the urinal. He's standing there, and 2 of Elvis's Memphis Mafia come up and they go, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean? What am I doing? He goes, nobody sits with Elvis. I mean, nobody. He goes, dude, you're like violating the #1 rule. And he goes, well, what do you mean that it's a violation? He goes, dude, it's just not cool. So he got ticked off. He goes, well, you know what? I'm out of here. So he gets off and he's arguing with the deal. And so when he walks out, Elvis is standing there with Priscilla in the lobby. He goes, well, wait, what's the problem? What's the problem? He goes, your bodyguards corner me while I'm taking a leak in here and tell me nobody sits with you at the movies. And he goes, I didn't know this. And Elvis goes, man, it's all cool. It's all cool, dude. He goes, listen, is there anything I can do to make it up to you? I mean, we don't want to hurt your feelings. And Max, as he looked at him and he said, I want the phone number to Graceland. And so Elvis goes, well, I never called Graceland. He looks over to Scotty Moore and he goes, we'll give him the number, So he's giving him the number and he rolls it. He says, I still have that in my wallet to this day.
Wow.
And he said it was just one of those moments that, you just so.
That's
there
almost
you go.
like having his signature basically at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I love his stories, on Elvis. He's got some other ones too, but
Wow.
that was a funny one.
Nice. Love it. Thank you, man. So,
well, speaking of radio, Mr. Scott, how did you get into the industry? I mean, what inspired you to be on the radio, to be a voice actor?
Man, I was 12 years old, and this is no lie, 12, you know what, maybe 13 or 14. I'll give you that. So I went to work at a skating rink in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and they hired me because they thought I could skate. I lied. But when they hired me, I had to go get some private lessons real quick because I said, man, I don't know how to skate. So I'm like winging it, And this guy walks in and he goes, dude, this is not the job you need. He says, you want to get into radio? I said, heck yeah, I want to get into radio. He said, won't you come up to KLID radio, AM 1340, the spirit of Poplar Bluff. He says, he goes, won't you come up on Sundays and I'll teach you how we do the Sunday morning programming and we run American Top 40 with Casey Kasem and all that stuff. I said, man, that sounds good. So I did, and I went up. And as I was doing that, I was trying to get a job at the station, but they wouldn't hire me. They said, you're too young, child labor laws, all that BS. And so finally, Lee Stone said to me, the general manager goes, look, kid, I can't hire you. He goes, unless, you can mop floors and, I went, wait, what? He goes, yeah, the lady just quit, so we're going to need someone to come in on Sundays and clean up the trash cans. I said, I'm in. I'll do it for free. So I started, and about a month later, he came to me and he said, man, kid, he said, Skipper T is really sick tonight. He says, do you know how to run like American Top 40? I said, dude, I know how to run it better than Skip. He goes, well, why is that? I said, Skip, I've been doing it. Skip's been staying at home on Sundays. He goes, what? So he goes, okay, well then you're on. And I started running American Top 40. And I got so tired. The program director told me one time, he said, look, kid, I know you want to talk on the radio, but unless you can sound just like Casey Kasem, keep your mouth shut. Well, I looked at that as a challenge. So, he's driving down the road and I'm thinking, do. And there you go. I'm like, Poplar Bluff forecast is cloudy today with a high of 22. Now on with the countdown. American time. He said he drove off the side of the road. He's calling the hotline. What are you doing, kid? So that was how I did that. And I was in radio that's what got me in the door. And then it's been town to town and up and down the dial. Just like WKR.
Is that a KRP reference?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, it's W.
KRP in Cincinnati.
Well, I've got little funny jingles because I'm still in radio and I still do radio. I got my morning show jingles are the old Don Imus. Imus in the morning, 66 WNBC. So my jingles go, Inus in the morning, classic hits, 103.3. We even left the NBC chimes in there. So it's like, baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
I'm at WKRP
in Cincinnati.
I love that, man. And what's so funny is what made that show so popular is the radio personalities in the country got the lingo. We were like the only few that understood, hitting the post, ramping up a record, queuing it up to all that. I mean, and they did it on the show, but a lot of people didn't get the inside humor of radio, But Dr. Johnny Fever and Les Nessman, God, they all played a part. And the what was his name? Herb Tarlick. Everybody has that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timber.
Yeah,
So
he
you
just
say the
dropped
word.
it.
Yeah, you say the word herb, and it all goes to hell. But we all had that salesman, that used to come in and go,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I could sell that, Lou."
Mm.
And my
By the way,
son,
these kids
he
are not
does
going to get
radio
reference. By the way,
in
I just want to point
Detroit.
that out. So
My son's doing radio in Detroit, so
nice.
chip off the old block,
Okay.
Ironically, where Casey Kasem got his start in radio.
I'll throw one more radio bit out there. We'll talk about Scooby-Doo in a second. But you actually indirectly taught me something, and reminded me that I'm old. So shout out, by the way, WRQQ, classic hits of Baton Rouge and beyond.
Absolutely.
You had a good list going on Saturday morning. You had remember outright. You had Man Eater from Darryl Hall, John Oates.
Yeah.
You had, I think, Peter Cetera was in there, Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl, and then you had The Middle by Jimmy Eat World in the middle of that. And I'm like, that song's not. Oh my god, that song turns 25 next year.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap!
What's so funny is we play. I don't get it. Different stations call classic hits different stuff. We mix some classic rock into our stuff. I'm not a real big fan of it, to be honest with you. I think you either got to be one way or the other. But it's like back in the 70s. If you got a record that came in, I don't care if it was Elvis Presley or the Oak Ridge Boys, you listened to it and you went, "Yeah, that sounds like us," and then you played it or you didn't, right? Because you may get an Elvis Presley song in that was, Burning Love that fit the sound of the station. Then you got in, some other Elvis Presley song, and you're like, that's just not us. But today, everything's categorized, and you got all these consultants that think they can pick the hits, and they can't even pick their nose. But yeah, it's like, I just think we need to be playing more Chicago and things like that. But that's just me. And I go in. My main thing is putting a smile on people's faces, making them laugh, making them smile. And I always say this: it really doesn't matter what music you're playing, as long as you touch the listener, as long as you make them happy, make them smile, make them feel good, make them talk about something you did that day. You've won. You have won. And so it doesn't matter if you're playing Inagata Davida or you're playing the 6 minute and 20 second of Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Blinded by the Light. And I don't care what they say. The song says wrapped up like not a deuce, but what is the everybody thinks? A douche.
Well, yeah, well, it's douche, but the original Springsteen one, I think, had different lyrics to that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, it's wrapped up like a douche. Another rumor, but everybody goes, "Oh no, it's deuce, wrapped up like a deuce." Another, and I'm like, dude, have you heard this song?
Yeah.
Listen to it again. Yeah, no, they may have meant it that way, but somebody's saying, and here's the true story for you, a little behind the scenes. Some of my favorite people and my best friends are all the singers in Night Ranger.
Nice.
And so
Secret
Kelly
of Mine.
Keegy wrote Sister Christian. And he wrote it to say Sister Christy, because Christy is his sister, okay? And he wrote this song and did a demo of it, and he sent it over to the guys who were all listening to it. They're like, "Dude, we love this song, Sister Christian." He goes, "Oh, no, it's Sister Christy." And he goes, "Well, too late. We've been singing it Christian, and it sounds better Christian." So that's how the song stayed, Sister Christian. It was supposed to be, "Sister Christy, oh, the time has come. And you know that you're the only one to say, okay." Yeah. So, and now you know the rest of the story.
Good day.
Yeah, good day. That was another thing I ran for years. Old Paul Harvey,
Nice.
"Hello, Americans. I'm Paul Harvey. You know what the news is. In a minute, you're going to hear, well, the rest of the story."
These kids are not going to get any of it, but I'm loving every second of it.
No, I know. It's
I
like
don't usually get
they're sitting here. Somewhere, Robert's going, "Paul Harvey, I think I know that name."
No, I knew Sister Christian. I will say I knew that.
Well, we knew you knew that, but did you know Paul Harvey?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
All
sorry.
right, you can leave now, Robert.
All right.
He was syndicated here in the New York City area for a while, so.
Oh, thank you. Oh, crap.
God.
He told me to leave. I'm the one that set up this interview, and he's already kicking me to the curb.
I was watching some behind-the-scenes stuff on Elf the other day, and I didn't know this, but when they filmed that movie, they said that what's his name who played Elf? What's his name?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. They said, listen, New York is not going to shut down New York to let us film here. It's just not going to happen. And we're going to have to get permits after permits. He said, look, let's just do it in one take, and I will follow you around with the camera. So where he's going through the streets and bumping into cars and saying, excuse me, all of that was ad-libbed. Every bit of it was ad-libbed from Will Ferrell. And they got one shot before they asked him to put the camera up and move on. And so where he's running through, going, excuse me, bumping into everything, and all those people that you see looking, after they filmed them, all the producers went and they got release forms immediately from these people. And if somebody said no, well, then they just digitized them out of the scene or whatever, just didn't show them,
Yeah.
But being able to track down all those people to get the signatures had to been tough.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, they had people.
That's a PA's nightmare right there. Lockup is tough enough. Trying to flag someone down after that.
Absolutely.
God, PAs don't have hard enough job as it is.
Yeah, you're like telling the PA, you're like, hey, quick, get the that girl over there with the big wig.
Or the one I love that people think that's not improvised, but it was the guy in the jumper suit that looked like Santa.
Yeah.
He taps and goes, Santa. He's like, oh, you're not Santa, and then runs away. That was just a random person on the street.
Just a random guy. Santa, oh, you're not Santa.
Yeah. That actually they only filmed in New York for 13 days. That's all the budget allowed was 13 days in New York City.
Yeah, and then they filmed the rest of it, I think, back in L.A. or something.
No, the rest was filmed in Canada.
Oh, that's right. It was right up in Toronto, if I ain't mistaken.
Yes, and it was at an abandoned insane asylum that was haunted.
Wow.
Awesome.
And that's where most of your different scenes was filmed, like the mailroom scene.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
The inside his house and all that stuff.
Yes. But yes, so back to radio. I know the story kind of where basically a viewer kept calling you because you did a song as Shaggy. What song did you do again that you were?
So here's the deal. I when I got to WYNK in Baton Rouge, this would have been January, February, March of '97.
Okay.
And I went to afternoons. I'd been doing mornings. I went to afternoons, called it cartoons. And Scott and us on the drive home playing country music and all that. In Alabama, the group Alabama had a song called Shaggin' on the Boulevard. And I called it Shaggy on the Boulevard. We'll be dancing like Shaggy on the Boulevard. And this guy kept calling me, man, dude, every freaking day. And does Hanna-Barbera know you do that song? No. Maybe you should call him and play it for him. No, I'm not going to because I don't want to get sued and cease and desist and all that. Well, after about 30 days, this guy called me every day, dude. I mean, every damn day. And the song had ran its course on my show. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I called out there, and the lady goes, let me put Bodie Chandler on the phone. He's with, the head of the music. Bodie gets on, and he goes like, wow, do they know you do those voices that well here? I'm like, oh, God, here they go. They're fixing to, huh? So he had Colette Sunderman call me back, and Colette Sunderman called me. And she's like, okay, let me hear it. And I did it. She's like, can you overnight me that tape? And I did. Next thing you know, I'm auditioning. And it got down to me and another guy, which I had no clue. And I actually won the part out. It was about a month after they had given me the part that I found out that I beat out Dave Coulier from Uncle Joey. So, which I just did a Comic-Con in Tennessee with. Great guy. He's such a wonderful human being. He's been fighting cancer. He's super guy. We tease each other when we see each other. He's like, I should have got that part. I said, I should have got the part of Joey. I mean, cut it out. I mean, I can do that, but I can't do a chipmunk, a woodchuck or whatever. But that's how I got the part, man. And, we went out and we did. Next thing you know, I'm out in L.A. doing Zombie Island, which ironically took place in Louisiana. I live in Louisiana. So it's like the good Lord was paving a way. And I'm sitting there, next thing you know, I got Adrian Barbeau to my left and Frank Walker. I got Mark Hamill to my right.
Yes.
Dude, I mean, just pinch me now. I've already died and gone to heaven, And I got Bill Hanna right down in the hall, and dude, it was just Jim Cummings, next to me, my buddy Jim, and so it was just funny story with Jim. We went to we took a break for lunch, and it was first day, and Jim goes up, he's getting some food, and I go up, and he goes, "So I hear you're the new Scooby." I said, "Yeah." He says, "You do any other voices?" I said, "No, I mean, I said, I do a mean Winnie the Pooh." And he goes, "Really? Let me hear it." And I go into, "Oh, mother, I got a rumbly in my tumbly. I'm a silly old bear." So I go into doing this voice, and he goes, "Wow. I wouldn't let the guy that does that voice know you do that, or he just might, get ticked off." I said, "I know, right?" Acting all cocky like I was Joe Cool. So I go sit down, my plate, and Frank Walker's sitting next to me. I said, "Hey, Frank, who's the Jim Cummings guy?" And he goes, "Oh," "he's the voice of Winnie the Pooh." And I went, "Whoa." And so I'm like, I got up and I went and I found a bathroom in the Hanna-Barbera studios, and I sat there for 30 minutes. I'm thinking, how am I going to dig myself out of that? So I popped my head back in, and I see Jim back up getting some dessert or something. And I walk up, and I'm just nonchalant, and I go, "Hey, Jim, did you like the whole Winnie the Pooh thing? That was pretty funny, huh?" And he goes, "Oh, I was hilarious." So I go sit back down, and there's Frank, and Jim's on the other side. And Frank goes, "Jim, you met Scott?" He goes, "Yeah, I met him up there. He didn't know that I did Winnie the Pooh." And I'm like,
That's
that's a funny story. But so yeah, then we went on to do, after we did that, the big success, of course, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I got to do a shameless plug here.
Yes.
Currently brand new on DVD, Blu-ray. It comes with a featurette, a new trailer, commentary by Matt Dugan, and it's just some good stuff. Anyway, yours for $39.95 or $100, signed by Scott Innes. So anyway, after we did that biggest movie of all time, Zombie Island, we go to do Witch's Ghost.
Yes.
And I had gone in for Cartoon Network and had done some Shaggy for them on some promos. So Colette Sunderman, I said, "I've been doing Shaggy for Cartoon Network." She says, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Can you send that to me?" She goes, "God, that sounds just like Casey Kasem." So I sent it to her. She played it for Davis Doy, who was producing Witch's Ghost. And he goes, "Well, I mean, that's Casey Kasem. He's not doing it anymore." She goes, "No, that's Scott." And Davis Doy told Colette, he said, "Well, I guess Scott will be doing both voices now." So I'm like, wow. I mean, you know how hard it is to get one voice in LA, in your repertoire, and I take over two of the big, it's like someone walking in and going, "You're Cheech and Chong now. From now on, you're Cheech and Chong, okay?" Or, you're Abbott and Costello, or Laurel and Hardy, all in one. And, or for like Billy West, he got to do Ren and Stimpy,
We
We had
literally
him on
just
about a month
had him
ago.
on the show a month ago.
Yeah, love Billy. Billy did Shaggy in Zombie Island, and did really a great job. He really did.
Yes.
And I love Billy. We ham it up a lot when we go to do some of the cons and stuff like that. But so that's it. I went in and started doing that, and then man, it was Katie bar the door. Every video game, talking toys, Super Bowl ad, I'm doing Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy-Doo. Took over doing that. And it's been a whirlwind. I'm still doing it. I just voiced the brand new ride, the new Scooby-Doo Putt-Putt Golf in Sevierville up here outside Dollywood. Did some talking toys recently, a McDonald's commercial. There's enough of it to go around. Frank Walker's doing a lot of the movie Scooby stuff, and Matthew Lillard does a lot of the Shaggy. But I tend to get the call when the when the retailer or whatever, the client wants it to sound like the original, and so they will give me a call, and I'm happy to do it. Look, I'm just glad to be a small part, literally a small footprint, all print, in the big picture. Scooby's iconic, and to be able to step into those paws of Don Messick and Casey Kasem, wow, anybody would just crap all over themselves to have that. And to have it fall right there smack dab into my lap, I mean, it's just a dream come due for me. See what I did there?
See what you did there, yeah.
Yeah.
Day, you got anything?
Yeah. Because I noticed that when you do like impressions in front of the original voice actor characters,
Yep.
do it sometimes feel like a setup just to test if you could really pull it off in front of them, or is it just them?
Well,
Like,
I will tell you this. I can't tell you what character it is because we haven't released it yet, but I went in and I took over a character I've been doing. I did for a project, and I got a chance to do the character for an actor that was a part of the genre, right? A part of the deal. And he goes, all right, I want to hear it. So I go into doing it. And he looks at me and he goes, that's it? He goes, dude, that sucks. And I go, dude, I thought he was joking. I go, man, that's dead on. He goes, dead on. Dead is right. Dude, I don't know who cast you in that part. He goes, but that sucks. I kept waiting for the room to start laughing. No, he was serious. And so it's I'll leave it there, but I'll tell you this. You know, not to sound egotistical, because I'm not, man. Anybody knows me, I'm not. But I was very proud of that voice. I've been doing it all my life, and I think I do it to a T. I mean, to a T. To a D.
Is it a cartoon character or is it a live
Just shut up, Robert.
oh,
Here's Robert. This is not a game show, Robert. This is not like we're trying to. I'll take
Rob, I've talked to you before.
Secret characters for 500 there.
Rob, I've talked to you before about NDAs and how strict they are on these things.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because I think I know what he was talking about.
Nope.
But anyway, and that's where I left it in the end. Anyway, so the guy just really, stepped on my heart, and when he got done, literally, I was standing in the room, and he walks out, and his little cronies follow him, and I'm standing there with just a couple of people in the room, and they come up and pat me on the back, and one girl, I guess she believed him, because she was with him. She goes, hey, look, it can happen to anybody. And I thought she was siding with me. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I got that voice down to a T. She goes, but he knows this stuff. He's a professional. Okay, well, I guess I suck then, I mean, so yeah, I left it alone. But yeah, so I'm not a big fan of this guy. I used to be a big fan, but anyway, but hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Never meet your heroes, the saying.
Well,
right?
hey, listen, there's a lot of truth to that, man. There's a lot of truth to that, but I will tell you one hero I met that I love more than anything in the whole world was Don Messick.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I talked hours with Don, met Don, I got a chance years ago to meet Mel Blanc, and these are the true heroes. You know what I'm saying? These were people that were classy. Wow. They builded people up. Mm-hmm. They didn't tear people down. They were the world's best babysitters. And they were just genuine individuals. And to be into this little circle, like people ask me, they go, man, you've done all these characters. And I'm like, I never really stopped to think about it till I started looking at all the characters, But I got a chance to do Bugs Bunny one time. It was for an AT&T. I think it was AT&T commercial, but it wasn't an AT&T. It was like where you call in and you can download the characters on your phone. Remember your flip phone? They could for you. It was like, what's up, Doc? Scott's not here. Ain't I a stinker? And or whatever it was. And then I did a little Elmer Fudd. Be very quiet. What wanting wabbits? And I'll say, pay attention, boy. I said, you see that little house over there? It says D-O-G. I said that spells chicken. Go get 'em, boy. So, but to step into those old Hanna-Barbera characters, this is Wally Gator. I love my ever-loving Everglades. I like to get clean instead of dirty. Having some Murgatroyd. This is Snagglepuss. What's going on? This is Papa Smurf. Careful, guys. Fa la 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 la. Smurf happy song. So I recently, a lot of people asked me sometimes, and I did Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble and Yogi Bear and Boo Boo.
My wife was very impressed with the Fred Flintstone, by the way.
Yeah, but dabba-doo. This is Fred Flintstone, Mr. Barney Rubble. All right, Fred. But to be able to step up to a microphone and just do what you love, is look.
Sure.
It's crazy, man. I mean, and really, people ask me what got you these roles, and I tell them radio. I love radio. Radio has led me to everything. It's connected the dots for me in my life. My songwriting, to movies, everything all started with radio. And I was just reading Jeff Davis. He made a post on Facebook, the Rock of Chicago, WLS, Jeff Davis. And he was, people were talking about how he was an influence on them getting into radio. And I chimed in and I said, listen, because he is credited as getting Styx their first start in radio. He helped produce some of their stuff. He's the first person that broke the record, the whole bit. So it was the song Renegade.
Oh, wow.
And so that he played that, and the rest is Styx history. But I said, well, you need to give yourself credit for me, because I, curled up next to a little AM radio and Poplar Bluff, Missouri, in my bedroom, 500 miles away from Chicago, listening to Jeff Davis, the Rock of Chicago, and that's what made me want to become a radio personality. And so because of that, that got me where I am today, in a straitjacket and in prison.
They let you out for an hour to have this conversation.
Yes, With that being said, the guards are telling me to wrap it up now.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But because I do voice acting. I do have experience in radio.
Don't be hard on yourself that way. It's not doo-doo.
It can be doo-doo, trust me. It can be lots of doo-doo.
And I noticed a lot of people that did radio, especially people I know when I was on campus, we had to entertain the audience on radio and try to do something unique and stuff to basically draw an audience.
Right. Pardon me while I get some water here. Keep going.
Okay, we'll admire your shirt.
We see your shirt. We love
It's got me on it.
Exactly.
You and you.
I have to remind myself a time or two who I am.
Exactly.
So,
just don't shave your beard if the shirt's not going to work.
Oh my God! Last time I shaved my beard, my daughter ran out of the house crying.
Why did you say that?
Yep.
No.
All right, we'll see what we can do. Give it a minute or three.
There we go. Hey, now we're back. That dead air was brought to you by.
Pausing for effect on the story. That's what happened there. He was pausing for dramatic effect.
Yes, that's where we'll insert a nude picture.
Oh Lord Jesus!
But not of any of us.
And I've got to tell you now, it's huge. It's huge.
Good Lord.
Do you ever think we live in a world that we're living in today? It's just crazy, man.
It's a really weird multiverse, isn't it?
It's like a reality show. The whole damn when you wake up to the time you go to bed, you are living a reality TV show.
Sometimes we feel like we're just stuck in this one universe, and we're trying to find our way out.
Like I said, this is just this weird, fifth dimension multiverse here going on.
Well, and what's funny is, I don't really get into all the politics and everything, but it's like, you got Democrats and you got Republicans, and both parties are batshit crazy.
But the important thing is that the 99% is still financially struggling.
Yes, exactly. So it's just funny. It's all a reality show, man, and everybody seems to have the answer, but nobody wants to run for president. You know what I mean? Because they're smart enough. They're good enough. They're smart enough. And by golly, people like me.
And then you go into politics and everyone hates you.
That's actually, there's a lot of truth to that. It was, what was his name? Colin Powell could have probably been president. And he was going to run for president. He made the announcement. This was years ago. He made the announcement, and within 1 week withdrew because he said he had death threats and everything, and he just said, "I'm not doing that to my family." So,
listen, when Kim Kardashian and Mr. Beast become president and vice president,
dude, that could happen.
I would vote for Mr. Beast.
Oh my God, dude!
Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy's 35 yet, though.
Hey, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Get ready.
Actually,
The Kardashians are in the White House.
Oh my God!
you know what's funny? They still play America's Top 40 on Sirius. Like 70s on 7 or 80s on 8. They play
Yeah, well, we play it too. We at our radio station, at Classic Hits. In fact, a lot of our Cumulus radio stations called me up and asked me if I would do the customized IDs.
Nice.
So I did, like, for example, you would hear the do the top of the hour, and you'd hear, "You're listening to American Top 40, brought to you by Dr. Pepper, right here on Classic Hits 103.3. American Top 40. Nobody ever even knew that because they were far enough away from the original. I did a radio show on KABC in Los Angeles not too long ago, about 6 months ago. And I did it, one of the guests, I was a guest. They had another voiceover actor, and then Gene Kasem was on there. And Gene said the nicest stuff that I had never known. She says, "You know that Casey really thought the world of you." And I said, "Really?" And she goes, "He said that you sounded so much like him, he could sue you." And she says, had he not died, he probably would have sued you. No. But I thought that was such a nice compliment,
It is.
because he tried to convert me to be a vegetarian once. He called me in Des Moines, Iowa, when I did a radio commercial using his voice sound alike, because it was talking about eating meat. He's a vegetarian, right? And so he asked me to remove the spot, and I did. But so it's like Casey Kasem tries to get Scott Ennis to become a vegetarian. So that was pretty cool. But life's been pretty good. I do a lot of promotion and producing events and things like that, and I'm a songwriter. And people ask me, "Is there anything you don't do?" And I said, "Look, I just do the stuff I like to do."
Sure.
I mean, I'm not above a painting. I mean, if a guy came on, because I love to paint, I literally do. I love to look at colors. I like to, interior decorate. I just, you wake up in the morning and you go, "I wonder what that wall would look like red." And you're like, next thing you know, you're buying red paint, you're painting your wall. I mean, I just like to, and honest to God, one of the things I always wanted to do of all the crazy stuff, because I've reunited Starsky and Hutch. I produced all the big Dukes of Hazzard family reunion and car shows through the years. But the one thing I always wanted to do is I used to watch Willy Wonka, and I'd say, you know what? One of these days I'm going to reunite all the casts. And then I got to thinking, I better do it.
Okay. I knew Robert talked about that. I didn't know you had a hand in that.
Yeah, that's why I did the I created that. The Cajun Con was really to reunite the Willy Wonka kids, and really for my own enjoyment. But it grew and it got out of control, and next thing you know, I got 85 celebrities coming in a week and a half, and Robert's one of them. Robert, I've been sending people to you, buddy. You've been getting those people wanting to,
So let's segue to Cajun Con, which if you want to know what it is December 5th and 6th. And Scott,
it's December 6th and 7th.
Oh, I thought. Sorry, 6th and 7th.
Yeah, I got. It's on the ticket, Robert.
10 a.m. sharp. It's throwing me off because I'm going to be there the 5th. We're going to
Most people will be coming in on the 5th. Yes. You're right, setting up. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be coming a day early. But Scott, where is this convention? If I wanted to go, which I am, where would I go?
I always tell people, just follow I-55 south. It'll take you all through Memphis, down through Jackson, Mississippi, and it'll lead you right to, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're right there in Gonzales, which is a suburb of Baton Rouge. Folks can check us out at CajunConLA.com, and you can check us out pretty much. We're on Instagram too, but Facebook is really, I'm old school, so I'm Facebook. So it's just Cajun Con on Facebook. That's pretty much where we put everything up and what's going on, what's going down. who's canceled, who's coming, who's not, whatever, prices for the stars. It's all going to be on there.
Yes.
And it's just good, man. 85 stars, dude. I had no idea when I was booking all this that I was going to have to pick these suckers up at the airport. That's where it got out of hand, you know. Thanks to eight lug circus, we're back in the game, and they're going to be picking everybody up. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, I saw your post. They're getting picked up in style.
Yeah, we're doing. We got them big Suburbans. We got and well, maybe the mystery machine. You never know. You know,
get that Toyota Corolla going.
Yes.
Don't you have a Scooby-Doo bus, right?
Yeah. Well, I've got. Well, listen. Don't take that serious. I actually made that up. I knew Robert would be the only one to fall for that.
Son of a duck.
This is why I love you, Robert, because you're so gullible.
I'm gullible.
You're like, oh, that's great. I want to get picked up in that too. And I'm sitting back here going, the only person that's going to believe this is Robert.
I'm gullible. I'll take. I probably would have believed it. So.
To be fair, it was a real buzz.
Yeah, but here's the deal. People thought, when you do a con,
yes,
you gotta, you gotta, you gotta make money. And we went out and basically got some underwriting sponsors. So the first year we're letting everybody in for free. Mm-hmm. So that's with the exception of the Fast Pass, which we sold for only $150. It moves you to the front of the line. So, and of course, Art the Clown, and everybody's doing pro photos too. Everything's at CajunConLA.com.
Yes. And like Scott mentioned earlier, I am one of the cosplay guests. I'm a guest of the con. I'm also doing media. And if you guys can't go, I am doing the official consigner where people can send me their stuff. We'll get it signed exactly the way you want it, and then we'll be sending it back.
Yeah, don't let Robert screw up your crap. So
yes.
Yeah, I'll come at you. I will find you.
To his credit, he does a fantastic job with all these cons.
Galaxy Con and all these, dude, he's the bomb. Robert's the bomb. Yeah. That's why I tease him, because he knows I'm just teasing. But
I know he's teasing me, but there was some haters when Scott made the video.
Well, I put him in their place. Yeah. I got to tell you, I was in Lexington, Kentucky recently, and Robert was there. And, well, first of all, I didn't see him the first night. I was like, I thought Robert was
Arkansas Comic-Con.
No, but you were in Lexington too, weren't you? Out sleeping outside.
He was in Lexington.
Yes, Scarefest. Yes. Sorry, Scarefest. Yes.
Scarefest. Yeah. See, you have a terrible memory.
I have a traumatic brain injury.
Like I said, so, I even knew that.
So anyway, Robert slept outside just so he could get Robert Englund's autograph.
Yes. Because
and he did it. Let me tell you how loyal he was. He didn't do it for himself. He did it for a fan that had sent him a little extra money and said, "Hey, I want Robert Englund's autograph." Well, what Robert doesn't tell him is, dude, do you know what that's worth? I mean, I'm going to have to camp out. I'm going to have to do that. He doesn't charge. Like me, if you had me get that, I'd have gone, okay, so, dude, I'm going to have to sleep outside. I'm going to have to be first in line to even get a chance. So how bad do you want it? Because I'm thinking $500. If you want it signed, I mean, I'm not doing that for anything less. Robert, he comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, I slept outside last night. I got Robert's autograph first thing this morning." I said, "Dude," I said, "how much?" He goes, "Well, I think the autograph was like $60 or $70. And then I said, "Well, what did you charge the guy to do it?" He said, "I got just an extra $20. I went,
$30, but yeah.
30. I'm like, "Are you an idiot?" He goes, "Pretty much."
You know what though? Here's the thing: if this was someplace like Jersey or New York or Minnesota, maybe it's like where it's a little bit colder. I would recommend definitely pushing that price up a little bit. But
absolutely. But Robert, he's sitting there curled up in a fetal position in a Buddy the Elf costume. I mean, I'm thinking if I'm Robert Englund and Buddy is standing there at my face the next morning, I'm thinking, boy, who let the funny farm out?
Hey, it was one of the.
Hey, Scott, I think that's what he was thinking about.
Nah.
It was worth it. And actually, ironically, I inspired other people to do it the next night, and they got to meet Robert the next day. So, everybody spent the night. First, it was on Friday, and then Saturday was when right. People Thursday spend the night Friday, and then I spend the night Friday, and then there's people that spend the night Saturday for Sunday. So, but yes, it was worth it. I had fun. Meeting Robert was really awesome.
He's a great guy.
And he got a kick out of me as soon as he see me, and we got to talk about some stuff. But yes, no, I know you thought I was crazy, Scott, which is okay. I am.
That's
crazy.
Okay because I know you're crazy, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm crazy. I mean, we've known each other for several years now.
First time I met Robert was in Memphis, Tennessee. He comes running in, and he goes, Scooby, I know him.
I know him. And he gets out his phone and he's recorded because I was buddy. And then that's when I pulled into Shaggy. I was like, lying zoinks, man, lying buddy, old pal, like Scoob.
Yeah, you can shut up now.
Yeah. Whoa. I think once was enough. He doesn't, remember what he said before about Winnie the Pooh and Jim Cummings worry about his job?
No, because one day I'm going to take over for Scott.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, you can have the job over here if you want.
Yeah, you can have the job now too. I've already rode the
I will let you handle all the things that Streampunk has.
No, I know better not to go to Jim Cummings and do
press conferences like 12 times a week.
Yeah, that's funny because people come up to me all the time and do the voices, and I just think it's funny. I love it, because really that's what you do. I mean, when you love a character so much, you go, because people want you to rate their Shaggy. Or rate their Scooby. And you got to just go, dude, I love it. It rocks, man. Good job,
And then afterwards, you're like, oh, my God, what was that?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people, though, are really good at it. They do a pretty good job, I mean, and I'm always there to give people praises regardless if it's bad or not. But,
nice.
But, a lot of people literally, I mean, I've put a couple of them up on, on, what do you call it? TikTok. That dueling Shaggies, dueling Scoobies, and they're really good.
We'll have to do a dueling.
I gotta tell you, they're really good. They're really good.
Hey, that's the guy from The Apprentice.
Yes, I gotta tell you, right now, I'm thinking about firing myself tonight. You're fired.
You're fired. That was the guy from Home Alone 2.
Yes.
No, you thought, no, Joe Pesci. No.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, guys, if you guys do go to the website right now, you can, like Scott said, get free tickets on the website.
All you have to do is download it or screenshot it and show it at the front door, and we will give you a wristband, a 2-day wristband, and you're in like Flynn, man. We'll have 200 vendors. Star cars, we got Jeepers Creepers, the original Jeepers Creepers van coming. My buddy Troy Jackson has that. He dresses up as the Creeper, does an amazing job. We'll have Dragula there. Butch Patrick's bringing Dragula.
Yep.
And then, of course, we'll have some other, stuff. But all the Star Wars characters are there.
Oh, my God.
We've got all the OG, most of them anyway, Power Rangers. The Turtles. We've got 16 of the biggest wrestlers, from Kevin Von Erich to, of course, I was the ring announcer in the Iron Claw, the movie. And so we've really got something for everybody. Art the Clown is there. David Howard Thornton, and he's like the hottest, horror guy in the world right now.
That franchise, it started from nothing.
Yes, nothing.
My God, that took off.
Oh, dude, it just goes to still show you that there still is hope for different things. I mean, that thing, started off as like a YouTube thing, and then went to like a B movie, and then it just exploded.
Yep.
But you know what? That's really how Freddy started too. It was like a B horror movie. It really wasn't. It was kind of cheaply made a little bit. It really wasn't. And then all of a sudden, it got great reviews, got great. It was selling to the box office. Like, see, that's the deal. Halloween got terrible reviews. Reviews.
I think you're right.
Everybody loved it that went to see it. They were scared out of their ass. So the word got on the street, and they started showing it. They actually had to buy theaters to play it. Okay. And that's how it took off. And then, of course, that franchise is just, I mean, how many times can you kill Michael Myers, It's not, I keep waiting for Michael Myers to set up and go, I'm not dead. I got to come back for the next sequel. Halloween 600.
Yeah, right.
There is Speaking of Art the Clown, there is one thing I am the most excited that is happening at Cajun Con, and I hope we can capture a moment, and that is Mr. David dressed up as Santa Claus.
He will be. He is wearing the Santa outfit.
Yes, so we definitely got to capture that at the con.
Yeah.
Buddy and
wait, yeah, we do. So we can see Buddy the Elf and Art Santa.
I'd rather see Buddy the Elf and Art the Clown side by side.
Yeah.
That is a question that a lot of people are going to have.
No,
yes,
that's Art Santa.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, yeah.
So in Terrifier 3, Art the Clown actually.
Yes, you're right.
He
Art the Clown does the
Santa.
How about this? Art the Clown does the Easter Bunny.
There you go.
Oh my god. Oh
hey,
my
that
god.
could be the fourth movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, as they say, slashing through the snow and a one-horse open. So yeah.
Actually,
so
go ahead.
Before we let you go,
Hey, you guys got to see my Cajun Con press passes. Check this out,
please. Hey,
let's Alfie go.
I like it.
Remember that was the guy that went. Meanwhile, the last golden ticket has been found up in Montana with a guy that, but that was with Mike TV. But anyway, so yeah, we've really got the whole Wonka theme, and I got these pins that just came in. These really cool, Cajun Con pins, and let me show you. I had an artist, Jonathan McDaniel, did this. This is a painting, and then we of course photographed it and made it our VIP special guest all access pass.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh wow.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Look around, you will see into your imagination. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want, just choose. Well, anyway, want to change the world? There's nothing.
Nothing to it.
Wait. Was it really paradise or was it diabetes?
Well, here's the deal. We all know that Uncle, Grandpa
Joe.
Yeah,
Yep.
Grandpa Joe was lying. He hops up out of that bed at the instance of, Charlie winning a golden ticket. He'd been in that bed for years, but a golden ticket makes him hop up and do flips. Come on. We were all sold.
And he walks fine the rest of the movie.
I got a golden ticket.
Yes.
He didn't have the golden. Well, see, that's the other thing too. He sits on his ass in his bed the entire time. Meanwhile, his daughter is working like 2 or 3 jobs. It's like, you know what? I don't deserve this. Honey, take the day off. You've earned this.
Well, I want to know this. Where did he get his money? Because remember, Charlie came home and he said, "Charlie, come here," and he hands him a Wonka bar.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, okay, where? First of all, how did he get out of bed? Second of all, how did he get to the store to get the candy bar? Right?
They said. Unless I'm thinking of different, they said they all pitched in their money, and that was like a gift they got him.
Yeah, they did. You're right. You're right.
Maybe the mom bought it. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And then he sold fizzy lifting drink.
Yes. So therefore, you get nothing.
You
Good
lose.
day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Charlie.
I said
you
good
win.
day. No,
you win, Charlie. What do you mean? You win, my boy. You win. I just had to see you. I love it. And he goes to the very end. Here's okay. I'm going to give you a little another behind the scenes deal. So when they wrapped up that movie, I guess who produced that? Was that Irving Fleming or what? Who did that movie?
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, something like that. The producer of the movie that wrote the screenplay and everything. They had one last day to film and he was gone. He says, "I'm out. You guys have already got it. You got it from here. You got one scene left. I'm going." So he was flying from, I think, Munich, Germany, something like that, down to Africa somewhere. Okay, I'm not making this up. It's in the behind the scenes. And he says, "Now look," he says, "don't try to get a hold of me. There's one little grocery store, and once I go through that thing, I'll be in the wilderness for a month. You'll never be able to get a hold of me." So anyway, he takes off, and they go to filming this scene. And Gene Wilder says, "Remember, Charlie, be careful what you wish for. You know what happened to the kid that suddenly got everything he ever dreamed of." Mm-hmm. And then the director's like, "Okay, What's the word? Well, I mean, what did he get? Well, I mean, we don't have it. What do you mean we don't have it? He never wrote it down. I don't know what it is. He goes, I mean, we got to find it out before we go any further. So he goes, well, I mean, we're not going to catch this guy. I mean, what? So he goes, he gave me the number. They looked up the number of this grocery store down in wherever it was he was going, and they thought, whatever, we'll just try it. We're never going to get him. The guy answers the phone, and he says, look, this is Center. We're producing a movie up here. We're looking for a guy, white beard, blah, 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 blah. And the guy goes, I think he's here. And they're like, are you kidding me? So he gets on the phone, and sure enough, it was Irving Flew, whoever it was, the director. And he goes, dude, what do you all need? He goes, be careful, Charlie. You know what happened to the kid that suddenly got everything he ever dreamed of? What does Gene Wilder say? He goes, oh, he lived happily ever after. Okay, thank you. Click. That's in the making of the movie. They say this in there. I just thought that was great. That's just one of those moments. So
and that's
they said that the chocolate river was so foul it was just terrible.
I heard that. Yeah.
Wow.
Terrible. Yeah, they said it stunk like rotten eggs, and after you had that chocolate mixture in there and that water, they said that it had been in there for like a week, and it would have take after take after take, and it was just terrible. It said it actually made some of the kids sick, and they were vomiting, and it was just blah, 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 blah.
And Augustus Gloop had to fall into it.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And got stuck in it. Now, see, you would have never got me to film that scene where he gets stuck in the deal because I'm claustrophobic. So
let's do one more for safety.
Yes, yes.
So my question:
we're gonna need an Oompa Loompa
or after.
Yeah, we're gonna need an Oompa Loompa over here to suck out one of the to suck out a goose's.
Oh. No, I was asking, did they do that scene before or after?
Well, I can tell you this right now. That was early on in the movie because they didn't want the kids to see the room. They wanted, for the first time, the kids, when they opened up those doors for the first time, they wanted the kids' natural reactions, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I was talking to Julie Dawn Cole up in Nashville at the Nashville Comic-Con, and I asked her about that. And I said, was that really true? Did you all, when they opened up those doors for filming, was that the first time you'd ever seen the room? And she says, seriously? For the other kids, it was. For me, no. I snuck in.
Funny.
So, there you go.
Just like her character.
Yes, like, Daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa, and I want one now. I was texting with her today. She is so excited about coming to Cajun Con. We are literally building a $10,000 Wonka set. So it's going to look really cool, the whole set that we're building. It's going to be very, very wonkish,
I did want to ask, I should know the answer to this, but I don't. Is there going to be panels like a regular convention?
No, first year we opted out of the panels. We have kind of taken it back. This first year we're really just doing guts and glory. We're doing the old-fashioned way. Celebrities meet fans, buy from vendors. That's pretty much it. Yeah, we're keeping it really simple. Next year we'll probably, because we'll have 2 buildings. Next year we'll acquire the second building. We will start doing some panels, but as of right now, we're just going to keep it simple. Simplicity is better. Keep in mind, I'm on the road doing 40 cons a year myself. So
yeah, you are.
It's I'm fixing to have actually hernia surgery and all that. So it's because I ended up, hurting myself, I guess, while loading in at some con or whatever, carrying stuff I shouldn't be carrying, and it beats you up, man. Your body. It just so we worked on this con for the last 2.5 years, literally in between gigs.
Yeah, no, and some of the guests you have, I've never seen at conventions. Like one of the people I'm surprised you got was Michael Roach, I think, the guy that's from Spider-Man, Papa Roach. He's the villain in the first one that we think killed.
Papa John, Michael Papa John.
Yes.
He actually lives in Baton Rouge, so that kind of helped out. Does Bobby Brown. You know, She's My Cherry Pie. She was from Gonzales here in Prairieville, whatever, in Baton Rouge. We've got a plethora of people that are here, which is kind of, because out of the 85 celebrities we have coming, probably 15 are either living here or from around here. You know?
Nice.
So that kind of helped out a little bit on the airfare, but Michael Papa John, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, little cameos. You would best know him. He's like I said, he's the villain in the first one. He's the one that we think killed Uncle Ben, but then you find out in the third one that wasn't the case.
Spoilers, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, sorry, I spoiled the movie that came out over 20
Uncle
years
Ben
ago.
dies?
Yeah, I know, right? Here he comes, Spider-Man. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, before we let you go, Scott, is there anything coming up that you could talk about? Obviously, we got Cajun Con. It's not this coming up weekend, but it's next weekend. And where can these beautiful people find you after you promote what you got coming up?
Oh, guys, they can find me at Scott Ennis Radio Show. That's probably the easiest way to follow me. onescottshop.com is where I put a lot of stuff up for sale, my artwork and stuff. That's ONE scottshop.com. We're on Instagram and stuff like that, or just Scott Ennis on Facebook. You'll see a picture of me and my beautiful wife on there. And so, whatever, but really the easiest thing, if you just want to follow me in our crazy world, Scott Ennis Radio Show is probably the best way to do it. Or Cajun Con. You need to like that too.
Nope.
Because we're constantly putting stuff up there of what's going down. I also produce Cajun Country Jam on Facebook. Rockin' the Bayou is mine. So you can just Google me. I always tell people, that's what I'm going to put on the back of a shirt. I'm Scott Ennis. I do the voice of Scooby and Shaggy. Don't believe me? Google me.
There you go.
And I have people all the time that do that. They go, "Ooh, I did. I went and Googled you. You can sit right over here."
you don't look like you sound.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly. I get that all the time from kids. They think, "Man, this guy's an idiot." So,
just like him.
guys, it's really good talking to you.
Yeah, I know you got to go.
Appreciate it.
One last question, Scott.
Sure
what is
you do,
your
Robert.
favorite color?
My favorite color, it would be red.
Yes.
Because I loved the fire trucks as a kid. I love Santa's suit. I love everything about Christmas.
I know him.
It would have to, red. My second favorite color would have to be purple. I just think purple is such a great color. And then my third would be yellow, like this color yellow right here, on the pin.
Yes.
I call it Disney yellow.
Yeah, that works.
But but red is just so on fire. It's everything that, And people ask me, they go, "How can you prove that you are a true radio guy?" And I'm thinking, what would I have in here to prove that I am a true radio guy? So my son sent me this last year when he worked. KC95.
Nice.
The Rock of St. Louis.
That's cool.
So, yeah, they fired my son too. So, anyway, they need some help. Anywho, I was just trying to see if there's anything to show you guys. I guess I could probably. Let me real quickly here. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna give you guys a quick peek. I don't even know how to do it, but I'm gonna try. Hold on.
I appreciate the effort.
I'm gonna give you a look-see in my Scooby room. That is
We're getting the house score here.
Total wreck, but it's okay because not every guy can have this room. I'm just sorry, but okay. So
nice.
Oh wow.
Want to see my spooky pinball machine?
Nice.
Okay, Scott, I know this is going to be a hard question, but out of everything you own in your room, what is your favorite item?
Dude, I mean, I don't know. Golly. I mean, I am pretty partial to the the $10,000 pinball machine with my voice on it.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know,
yeah.
But I've got a lot of talking toys. I've probably got over 200 talking toys in there that have my voice on it. You know.
Wow.
Now, with a space like that, you know, these guys aren't married, but I am. Your wife is okay with this?
No, she's not.
No, she's not.
No, my wife hates all this stuff. She's in fact, it's you could probably pretty say that I may be moved out at some point. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to turn the lights on in the living room, and I don't even have those anymore. So I got this. Check this new thing.
Oh,
Oh my God!
Yeah, isn't that cool? I got that at a con in Orlando, Spooky Empire. This guy makes these, so he's going to make me the Creeper and Scooby to go with it. There's you know, everything I do. I mean, I even have my wife says, how many grown men put their own likeness?
Oh, I know that company.
how many grown men have their own likeness? That's the question.
Yeah, it's out of control, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's out of control.
Yeah, you have a couple Scooby-Doo items.
Yes, I've got a few. Let me tell you.
Just 2 or 3, you know, it's not bad.
How many packages are coming in the mail of Scooby-Doo items tomorrow, Scott? No,
Well, let me just tell you, while we were talking, 3 showed up at the front door. My wife just slammed them on the deal and shook her head. I'm not making this up. Here, look at this. This came in right there. Those are Scooby Pops. All of this came in while we were sitting here talking. So she's like, she's over it. You know, it's like she's given up. She's like, I'm moving out. And then this is my my little character for
yes.
you know, Cajun Con. Da 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 na 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 la da dee da dee.
No.
Well,
All right, guys,
Scott,
I'm gonna go do my other meeting here, but it was great being on your show.
Appreciate it.
And as we always say to all of our 3 listeners out there, you know, as Casey Kasem used to always say, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Do, 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 do. 1840s heard in the 50 states and around the world on great radio stations like the Rock of Chicago, WLS. And from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, WYNK, AM 101.5. Anyway, join us here next week as we count down all the way from number to number 1.
And on that note, guys,
Love it, sir.
I'm Buddy. That's Scott Churchson. That's Day. And that's the one, the only Scott. It is.
Yay.
And we're out of here.